Welcome back. Today's topic is measures of central tendency. When we talk about central tendency, what we're talking about is taking a look at numbers that approximate or locate the center of a set of data. Some of these you're familiar with, probably most of them. In fact, we're going to talk about mean, median, mode, and range. One that may be brand new to you is the mid-range. We're going to jump in with the mean. Mean is one that I know you've talked about before. You may just need a little bit of refresher. The mean is the average value for the data set. This is the value that sort of centers the data set, but it can be misleading. If you have numbers in your data set that are very low or very high, the mean can be greatly influenced by those numbers. So anytime you are presented data that says the average sale price for a home in San Antonio, Texas is $450,000, you need to question where that data comes from and what type of data was in that set. As far as finding the mean, the mean says add up all of the things and then divide by the number of things. The second one we're going to look at is the median. The median is the middle number in a set. But there is a catch. Before you can calculate median, you have to put the set in order. If you don't put your data in numerical order first, it'll never work. And there's two possibilities with the median. You could have a set with an odd number of data points in it. You could have a set with an even number of data points in it. And we will take a look at what to do in both cases. As far as how to find it, we're going to say, put the data in order. Find the middle. If there are two middle numbers, calculate their average. Or their mean, and use that. The mode is the data value that occurs most frequently. You could have one mode. You could have two modes. If you have two modes, they both count, and your set is said to be bimodal. If you have more than two modes, which is possible, we say that set is multimodal. Now, you don't necessarily have to put your set in order to find the mode, but it does help. So we are going to go ahead and say put it in order. Once it's in order, and again, it's not a must, but it does help. Find the number that occurs the most. And again, it could be 1, or it could be 2, it could be 3 or 4. Range is almost like an interval. The range of numbers is the span. What numbers does it cover? Or how many? That's maybe better. Super easy to find. You take your maximum value and subtract the minimum. That's it. The last one is the mid-range. The mid-range finds the middle of your span. Or of the range. To do that, we're going to average the min and the max. So the maximum plus the minimum divided by 2. So let's go use them. For each one of these, I've given you a data set. We're going to find the mean, median, mode, range, and mid-range for each data set, and we'll talk about how to find it. For the first set, I'm going to go to Desmos. And I know I'm going to need to divide, so I'm going to go ahead and start with my division button. On the numerator, I'm going to add up all of the elements in my list. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces of data. So I want to divide by 10. So I add up all the things, and then I divide by the number of things. It looks like my mean is 36.8. For those of you who want the steps written out, we would do, let me close this up. 34 plus 31, 37, 34, 38, 34, 42, 34, 43, and 41, all divided by 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 10. To find the median, we're going to take our data list and start by writing it in order. So I want to make sure I get them all. It looks like our smallest value is a 31. I like to mark them out as I go so I know if I've left somebody out or not. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 34s. And then a 37 and a 38 and a 41, 42, and 43. Now for finding the middle, I am a big supporter in if it's not broke, don't fix it. I will do things the old-fashioned way just because it's easier a lot of the time. So to find the median, I'm going to take one off the back and one off the front. Now this time I ended up with 2 medians. So what I'm going to do is average them. 34 plus 37 divided by 2. I'm going to bring Desmos back. And I'm going to do 34 plus 37 divided by 2. 35.5. So my median is 35.5. Mode is the one that happens the most. If I go back up to my list of medians, 34 happened 1, 2, 3, 4 different times. Everybody else only happened one time. So that means our mode is 34. The range was the maximum value minus the minimum value. My maximum value was 43. My minimum value was 31. 43 minus 31 is 12. So that's my range. My mid-range is the max plus the min divided by 2. So I need not a plus, I need an equals. My maximum was 43. This time I want to add 31 and divide by 2. 43 and 31 was 74. I still don't trust my mental math. 37. So our mid-range, or the middle of our range, is 37. Here's another set we'll take a look at for mean, median, mode, and range, and mid-range. Same idea. We're going to add everything up. So we add up all the things. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we divide by the number of things. This is definitely a calculator moment. So I need 92 plus 82 plus 80, another 92, $77. So my average is 83.1 repeating. Median means that I want the number in the middle, so I need to put them in order. It looks like my minimum is 75. And then I have two 77s, and then a 78. And then I have an 80, and an 82, two 92s, and a 95. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9. And it looks like we got them all. So I'm going to start from the front and take off one from the front and one from the back. This time, I ended up with only one median. Since it's the only one, we don't have to average it. We just leave it like it is. For the mode, that's the number that occurs most frequently. I'm going to look at my median list because I can still read them. I have two 77s, and I have two 92s. Everything else only happens one time. So this means my set is bimodal. My modes are 77 and 92. When that happens, you have to give both modes. You can't choose one over the other. The range was the maximum minus the minimum. Our maximum was 95. The minimum was 75, leaving us a range of 20. The mid-range was the maximum plus the minimum divided by 2. So I need 95 plus 75 divided by 2. I'm going to double check my math. Yep. So 85 is my mid-range. I guess I could go back and put some boxes around my answers so you guys can see where things are coming from. Last one. We need to find the mean, I'm going to add everything up and divide it by the number of things. 62 plus 65 plus 93, 51, 55, 14, 79, 85, 55, 72, 78, 83, 91, and 76. There are 14 in our data set this time. That gives me an average of 68.5. The median, we need to put them in order and then find the middle. It looks like my lowest is 14. And then 51. And then I have two 55s. And then a 62. And a 65. And a 72. 76. 78. 79. 83. 85. 91 and 93. So I'm going to find the middle. I have two medians this time, so that means we have to find their average. 72 plus 76 divided by 2. That should be 148 divided by 2, but we're going to double check. $74. So that is the median. The mode is the one that happens the most. While doing these, I remember writing down 55 twice. Everything else only happened one time. So that means our mode is 55. Range is the max minus the min. That's 93 minus 14. So my range is 79. Mid-range. So that's 107 divided by 2 gives you 53.5 for the mid-range. If you have questions, feel free to send me an email. I am happy to clarify if you need it.